In today's video, I'm going to introduce a very powerful indicator on TradingView that effectively measures risk levels in the market. To add this wonderful indicator to our chart, here we click on indicators and we search fair value bands. This one. Fair value bands dynamic risk levels, which is an editor specs indicator and it's written by someone named Quantify Tools. Alright, this is the indicator and it's one of the most powerful indicators that shows dynamic risk levels in the market. We have other band indicators like Bollinger Bands that show behavior of the market around an average price and deviation from the average price. But unlike the Bollinger Bands that constantly readjust the bands based on standard deviation calculations, this indicator is designed in a way that remains smoother and constant based on special calculations from historical deviations. It actually calculates pivot points above and below the fair value price, which is actually a simple moving average with length of 20. And then based on these informations, it calculates median deviation bands and they are multiplied up to 3 times to show us extreme levels of deviations. Let me just make these bands a little bit more visible here in the settings. Here it is for the upper band. Let's make this 25% and also for the lower band similarly 25%. Okay. Alright, now it's better. So as I explained, the middle line, which is a simple moving average with length of 20, is considered the middle point of our fair value at any given time. You can see that it changes color between white and red, which shows direction of the market, but with this indicator, we are not focused on this line for identifying direction of the market, but rather we look at this line as a mean or fair value of the market, and then we are concerned with deviations from this fair value, which is represented by the help of this line. This area between the first bands is fair value, and out of this area is considered outside fair value, and these are also categorized into more levels. For the fair value area, the area above the moving average line is considered low risk and the bias is up, and the area below the moving average is also considered low risk, but here the bias is down. For outside fair value, this area, which is between the first band and the second band, it's considered high risk and the bias is up or consolidation. And on the other hand, below the moving average line, the area between the first band and the second band is also considered high risk, and here the bias is down or consolidation. And the area between second band and third band is considered highest risk, and here the bias is down. And below the moving average line, the area between second band and third band is similarly considered highest risk, and here the bias is up. Here also we have a summary table that gives us some statistics about what is going on in this fair value and outside fair value spaces. Each space is assigned a number, and for any of them you can see that we have some statistics about percentage of time that the price spent in that space, and also volume, which is a ratio of volume to volume moving average, which is recorded each time that the price is trading in a given space. Depending on the time frame and volatility of the asset, we can have different distribution in this table. But one thing always remains true. For example, for time, the distribution is a kind of a bell-shaped distribution, which means that as you can see, we have highest amount in the fair value space, which is actually considered low risk area, and then gradually decreases when we move further away from the mean or fair value. You can clearly see that the percentage of time that the price spent in the second and third spaces are considerably lower than the times that the price spent in fair value space. You can see how amazingly this indicator is showing us the normal and abnormal behavior of price. I mean, being in low risk area for approximately 90% of the time, and the rest is for high risk areas. You can see that for the highest risk areas, the price spent nearly 1% of the time in these areas. So I think now you better understand this fair value and outside fair value that we have here on the chart. The table also gives us some statistics about volume, and for the volume, the distribution is in the opposite way. The volume is lowest in the fair value space and it's highest in outside fair value spaces. You can see that we have highest volume in the highest risk area. Definitely you have seen this a lot in practice. When the price of an asset is increasing or decreasing considerably, many people just trade emotionally and buy or sell in the fear of of not missing out. And this indicator is amazingly showing this on the chart to help us identify different risk levels on the market. Based on this table, we can conclude that when the price is outside fair value, it's a rare event, especially when it's in the highest risk area. And the more that the price is outside the fair value, the more volume we see, which shows abnormal behavior when the price is outside its fair value. In the ideal situation, when we have a perfect trend like this downtrend forming from here, the price stays in the fair value space, and the fair value bands provide entry and exit points for trading. These points where the price is around the upper fair band are actually good areas for entering a short position, because it shows that the price is getting closer to the high risk area, so we expect that it will turn back to its fair value. And when the price reaches to the lower band, it's a good opportunity to exit the trade, which because of the same reason, we expect the price may probably turn back to its fair value. One important point that you must pay attention is that when the price is in a downtrend, it has tendency to enter into second space, which is because of selling pressure of the downtrend. So you can also expect rebound of the price in these areas, as you can see. Knowing exactly when the price will turn around here or here actually depends on the volatility of the asset. For example, for less volatile assets like stocks, this band is more probable to be the turning point. But for volatile assets like forex market or especially crypto market, it's very probable to see the price in the second space, which shows that the market participants show abnormal behavior when the price is declining. And we have the same for the price when it's in an uptrend. Another important point that you must pay attention is that when the price reaches to third space, which is the highest risk area, it can show exhaustion move in the market, and probably we're going to have mean reversion. Here I don't have a good example to show you. Let me go to lower time frame, which displays more volatility and noises, so we encounter these kinds of situations more often. When the price goes into third space or even goes beyond that, this is a very rare happening in the market. This area is considered highest risk and the bias is down. When we have this situation, it shows exhaustion move, and it's very probable to have mean reversion soon, which means to see the price turns back to its fair value. We have the same also for the other side of the highest risk area. When we have this situation, having the price in the third space, which is the highest risk area, or going beyond that, gives the probability that the price will turn back to the fair value soon. This indicator is one of the greatest tools that you can use alongside with your trading strategy and risk management strategy, because it perfectly shows you different risk levels in the market, and it can help you with trade entry, stop loss, and take profit orders. Knowing what levels of market is considered high risk will help you to exit your positions at the right time, or also knowing different risk levels in the market will help you to correctly set your stop loss in areas that you statistically know that the price rarely reaches to these areas. This indicator is very powerful in practice, but you should never take your trading decisions only based on this indicator, and it's a perfect complement to your trading strategy and risk management strategy to dynamically identify different risk levels in the market. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.